Yes, sir. TVXQ.
Yeah, that shit.
75
Gotta
million
play that.
games.
You played that though, right?
Mm-mm. See, he didn't play none of the hits.
Dang. Gotta do that. You gotta do that, John. What else, John? He gotta do.
So just one so far. But I'll take it.
No,
Oh, nigga.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yo,
Right now.
I didn't watch it, but you better have played. Did you play fan? That shit was.
He didn't play none of that stuff. I was like, what in the world is that record? I don't even know what that is.
What up, y'all?
It's crazy, man.
Oh, I hope this thing ain't acting up.
It does look a little. What is it doing?
Make sure the Wi-Fi good. Yo, what up, y'all? How we sound?
Man, hold up. Can niggas hear me? Am I too loud like normal? Like let's get the levels right before see what's going on.
Chat moving slow. All right, let me try to pull it up on here.
Yo.
Oh, Kaylin said we straight.
Bet.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Now I'm seeing all the members, boy, with the green names, boy.
I know, man. The green gang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the green name gang.
Gang green.
Yeah. That's
Gang
it
green
right
in the motherfucker.
That's it right there. 3 snow bunnies, pick one.
I got all
what are we
three.
doing? We shooting them? Cool. Thank you guys for showing up.
It said I got a little bit of echo.
Yeah.
Nah, I got you. It's I just gotta turn you down a little bit in here. Say something a little bit.
24/7, 365. We here all the time.
They say you low and got an echo. All right.
Damn.
Yeah, it's it's the monitor that we got him coming through in here, which is where the echo is coming from. I had him low because y'all always say he's loud, so I'm gonna turn him up a little bit.
Yo, Shelton, did you cop that PS5, bro?
Turn my headphones up.
Yes.
Turn my headphones up.
What do you mean, yes and no? Do you have a PS5 or not?
Not yet.
Damn.
One is ordered.
All right.
He got a 4.5.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to whoop as many people as I can in this Madden shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready.
All right, I'll turn you up for y'all and down for us. So hopefully
Testing.
But yeah, they saying he better now.
If y'all can hear Q and everybody, hit the like button, please.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, press 1.
Awesome.
Press 1.
Man, this dude, Nick, with this show outline. There's one question, man.
Of course.
Man. Okay. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth Beans. Joining me on the show, we got Shelton J.
What's the word, man? What's good?
Chilling, bro. FIFA 24/7.
What it do, man?
And Q.
We here. Let's get it.
Cool. Thank you guys for joining us as we close out November. It's the last day of November, and we're heading into December. It's been a full year of Dead End Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Lot of changes, little small changes, but I feel like it's still a lot for us. We launched the membership. You guys are coming through not only by becoming a member, which you can do by hitting the join button if you watch it on your desktop, and just picking the level that you like. With the super chats as well, which has gone a long way to really help and sustain the show. We appreciate the love and everything and all the support. To just signing up and becoming a subscriber, man. I think that's dope as well to help grow the show. And we got something planned for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah, if
sir.
we
Because of
execute
y'all.
on that, man.
Because of y'all, man, we gonna try something. Stay tuned. The announcement is coming. But we're gonna take a much deserved break.
Got to.
Probably in about 2 weeks. Uh, I think that'll be right around the middle of December. So we're gonna take a little break, refresh, recharge, and come back next year with some dope stuff. So we'll let you guys know what we got in the pot cooking by then. So yeah, all that being said, we thank you guys, we love you guys, and we are going to jump into the show. Aiden, I wasn't able to get the normal super chat I'm used to. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, I missed those. And the Cowboys definitely lost a heartbreaker. I would imagine, right, Shelton? Because you had asked us about the play. Like I only saw the first half. They were struggling that whole game. And I felt like shit. The Raiders were the more desperate team, played with a lot more motivation. And they got the win. But what happened at the end of the game where you were asking was that Dak's fault?
I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was kind of blaming they were putting it on Dak, like Dak was responsible for um, that game. And I watched pieces of it, but I didn't sit and watch the game like I normally do. That's why I was asking the question, like, wait a minute, because what I saw, it wasn't really Dak. It was a lot of other stuff. Not saying that he had no involvement because he did have some, but I wouldn't put that loss on him.
I wouldn't either. I mean, he was down weapons again. I think he made the most of what he had. Gallup, he had just gotten back, and I think he lost Mari Cooper, and I think CeeDee Lamb didn't play. So he was already coming in, in a bit of a handicap somewhat. I don't know if the game plan was the best either, but it felt like when they ran that kick return back for like 100 yards, I was like, oh, okay, they're right back in the game. They're gonna end up pulling this out somehow, some way. The Raiders gonna find a way to lose.
Yeah,
but they didn't, and they got another loss. So now we're looking at the Cowboys after a hot start. Not only the Cowboys, the Rams as well. We asked last week if they were frauds. Now we gotta turn that microscope on the Cowboys, man, or the Cowboys Pretenders. What y'all think?
Me personally, I can't say it about the Cowboys for that reason you mentioned earlier. If CeeDee Lamb didn't play, Cooper didn't play, Zeke is not at full strength. They're talking about sitting Zeke out a week.
What the hell wrong with him?
I think he hurt his ankle or something like that. It's a lot of little nagging injuries, like with the offensive line too. I think they're having some problems there. Defense is banged up all over the place. They got some players out on defense, on that D line. So they got some issues, man. They got some physical issues and they'll be getting some of those players back. So in saying that, that's when I can kind of make my judgment on them. But it's difficult to play, and that's what I said in defense of Dak. It's very difficult to play a game without your number one and number two wide receivers and win. Period. I don't care who you are. You lining up 3, 4, and 5. It's going to be a difficult task. And I was like, well, who could do it? I was asking my partners that, and they was like, Aaron Rodgers can. And that's the answer to that question. But that's where it stops. You know what I'm saying? They start naming players that could make plays.
Brady's another one.
I don't know if Brady could do that.
Brady?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we talking New England Tom Brady, yes. This Tom Brady, I don't know.
Right. It's a little different now than it was before. So in saying that, I think I will hold my horses on claiming Dallas to be. Also, the fact that they're gonna win that division regardless. We already know that. So saying that they're frauds right now is kind of hard for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay, FIFO. Any thoughts?
I didn't watch the Cowboy game, so I
Okay,
really, I,
all
I
right.
really can't give you much on that one. I didn't even watch the highlights. I didn't even watch Red Zone on that one.
I feel you. Oh yeah. Because you were.
Working
Yeah,
on
I
Black
got you. I
Friday
got you.
weekend. Yeah, buddy.
Um, but no, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. They still my Super Bowl pick. Obviously, I can't waver off that. But I want to see how they play healthy and see what's what.
You know, the thing about the Cowboys where they are right now, though, is they lost momentum, and now they're
Mm.
dealing with not major injuries but nagging injuries, and that could suck the life out of a team. So hopefully, if the Cowboys don't turn it around this next week, then it's not gonna be good for them. It's just not. I don't know if they can overcome it. But even though the NFC East is still a weak ass, the Eagles are
Mm-hmm.
right there. No, the Eagles. I'll put it to you like this: if the Cowboys slip, the Eagles will be there to catch the fumble, to get the fumble.
Yeah. Wait, the Eagles?
They're
Hell
not.
no.
They
They,
lost Sunday.
Hell, they lost
so
to the
what's their
Giants.
record?
That's how bad
Hell,
they are.
4-7.
hell no,
Uh,
hell no,
so
hell
yeah, they'll
no.
still win the
People,
NFC
stop.
East.
Yeah, they gonna win the division.
They gonna win the division, man. Look, the way I see it is simple. The Cowboys, we never. I mean, let me ask y'all. I mean, did we ever look at them like they were Super Bowl contenders? I never saw that. You know
Ken
what I
did.
mean? From what I'm seeing from y'all,
That's Ken's pick.
That was my pick.
really, really.
Who
Nah,
else?
man, I didn't see it. I mean, I was definitely wrong. I was definitely wrong on the fact that they were way more competitive than um, what I expected. I expected them to be garbage. But the fact that they're a pretty solid team with some good defensive players like Diggs and Parsons have flashed and shown to be, I don't know if besides Parsons, maybe not a franchise cornerstone for Diggs, but they've shown to be, definitely contentious players. And Dak, when he has full weapons, he's doing what he needs to do. Zeke, I feel like he hit the wall. I don't think he's really hurt. I just think he hit the wall. A lot of the guys do that and throughout the season when they're either in not the best condition like when they were younger or when they're getting older, period. You know what I mean? So I think the Dallas was never really frauds in this context. They were more so overachievers who might be coming
Mm.
back and regressing to the mean with some injuries also.
Okay. I actually forgot to open the show how we normally open the show.
Mhm.
Fantasy football.
Yes, sir.
So I just pulled it up, and I just saw I did actually beat B this week. Yay for me. I got that revenge from earlier when he beat me, because he beat me by 5, and I beat him probably about the same. But it took everything I had. Gus Everett, I just picked him up, and he actually scored a touchdown. Normally, when a coach say, "Oh yeah, we got to get such and such more involved," they don't normally do it.
Mhm.
So, and I dropped Cole Kmet, who went off for like 60 some yards, uh, versus the Lions in the Lions Bears game. And but yeah, he had a tub and 37 yards. So, uh, what was crazy though was that I was on my way to the studio, and it popped up. You know how I say you're in the such and such in the red zone, and then this motherfucking thing said uh uh matchup lead change, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like it was hyping the matchup. It was like, oh, we just had a change in the matchup. I'm like, I didn't see what it was because I don't really look at my scores. I don't really look at it until the day of. But yeah, I think that was when I took the lead. Anyway, so so that's where we are.
You,
Show?
I was about to say you got to get to the good stuff now.
What is that?
Me, I beat. Who did I beat?
Dang, Kyle, man, talk about from Kyle just fell apart, bro. Did he got injuries? Damn.
Yeah, he has a few. We all do though. So I'm on a 4-game winning streak right now, and I'm tied for. We all tied for fifth, I think, um, with a team that y'all said wasn't gonna make it. So,
You're in 8th place.
well, we 5 through 8 is the same. 5 through 8 all got the same record.
Okay. All right.
Nick has lost about 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah, he's trailing me right now.
So, and this what goes to show you. And I'm gonna say this. And Nick, I hope you're watching. Nick, you are a 1-man team. He had the first pick in the draft. He picked Derrick Henry, and he rode Derrick Henry's back just like that team.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry goes down, his team goes down. You should not be falling with one guy up. So he called my roster trash, but evidently it's his roster that was trash, and he just got the first pick.
I'm about to win, killing us all though at 10-2.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, bro. But nevertheless, look, my team is sharp. It's just been dealing with injuries all year, so I'm just happy to win. So I'm right there, man, in the 5th spot. So we'll see what happens.
What's up with you, FIFO?
I'm in no spot right now, bro.
Hey, FIFO is under last.
And here's the thing, like I just have not been able to get any type of consistency. Russ is back and he did pretty good. Debo Samuels was the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was it? 66 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 1 catch for nothing. But look, even though my team sucked, I made the GM move of the season. Cordero Patterson.
Yeah.
That was nice,
bruh. That dude scored damn near 26 points for me.
That was nice.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But man, the rest of my team, they just hurt.
But you got some names on here. It's just that they're not producing.
Well, I think he got hurt early too.
But he don't. But his players ain't hurt. He got, like, if you look at this list: Russell Wilson, Debo Samuel.
But Russell just got back.
He just got Russell back like 2 weeks
Right,
ago.
right. But Debo, I'm naming the rest of them: DK Metcalf, Ezekiel Elliott. These are big names.
DK Metcalf ain't gonna do shit when Russ went down, so he was gone.
But he's
and
back.
he ain't do nothing this past week either.
He got 1 catch.
Bro,
but what I'm saying is
not
these are
even 2
names.
points.
These are names.
They're names now. But when Russ went down, DK was done, and remember Debo lost some games too. Remember he lost another guy, AJ Brown, I think, in one game. Was it AJ Brown?
Nah,
it was somebody that got hurt. Chart. He lost Chart.
Damn play.
Yeah.
So what happened with, like, his team is just now getting healthy. So it looks better now than what it did a few weeks ago. And that's where he lost most of his games.
Yeah. This is bad.
And now I might be down.
Debo just went back down.
Damn.
And you lost.
And Cook got hurt.
Is out for 2 weeks.
And now he's going to miss
at least 2 weeks.
And I have such a great team, bro. I almost benched Josh Jacobs. Someone said leave him in, so I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, so right now the standings are, I'm about to win, killing us all. At 10-2, 1985 meets Hoverboard at 8-4. We have 2 7-5 teams, which is J Snapshots and Stokes, Gridiron, and Shelton mentioned 5 through 8 are all 6-6, including the one guy who came on this show and bragged a lot, Nicky Duce.
Yes, sir.
Is right with the rest of us at 6-6. And yep. So it's a tight race, man, to the end. So we'll see how this thing play out. But that's where we are. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat that's playing. Stokes, I'm about to win, and all y'all folks.
Yeah, that's who I just lost to. I'm about to win.
Yeah, he got me too, I think. But anyway, so the Patriots, man, what? I feel like I got to come over here and say the same thing, man. I'm like a broken record, man. Bill Belichick, bro, leading the division.
Wow.
I picked him to win the division. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but people
laughed
laughed at me.
Best.
People like, I can't really. Yeah, I believe in Belichick. Over the Bills, Q was calling the Bills out before the season started, and now look at them. They can only beat up on bad teams, it seems. So I don't know, man. I just, again, I'm gonna say it again. I think with the rookie quarterback, this man proving that he can coach his ass off.
Yeah.
And that they need to start pushing that credit up back to the level it needs to be, and not giving all that shit to Brady. Right. The way they did when he left, and because last year people forget half his team was gone because of COVID.
Correct.
And then he had, he didn't have a quarterback, so but yeah. So that being said, do we where do we see this playing out? Like, can they keep this up? Confidence is a
Yes.
motherfucker. So you saying
Yes.
yes?
I think so too. We'll find out
Yes.
Sunday.
Best team in the AFC.
Oh, you jumping out the window.
Best team in the AFC. The way that they're taking the ball away, Mac Jones is accurate. He's just throwing the ball exactly where it needs to be. He understands the assignment. That's a lot of things what the kids are saying now, but he really does understand the assignment. He's getting all of the looks that rookie QBs are either too shallow in the mind to not be able to make, or they're too, flashy to humble themselves to make. The check down when he needs to make the check down. The 5-yard out when it's a 5-yard out. The 8-yard comeback when it's an 8-yard comeback. And then knows when he has to throw it deep. Now, obviously, this is Belichick scheming, of course, because he did the same stuff with Jimmy G, did the same stuff with Brissett. But what Mac Jones is separating himself as is a more accurate passer than both of those guys. And I think that as he progresses, this is first year, right? So after his first year, second year, third year, we're probably going to see a whole different animal by year 3, year 4. So to answer the question for this year, I think that their ceiling could be winning a playoff game. And for after that, it's all a hoodie in my opinion.
Ceiling is the roof. Second in the division. When I look at the playoff standings right now, they're second seed, right behind the Ravens at 8-3. Tennessee is 8-4, Kansas City 7-4, Bengals 7-4, Bills 7-4, and the Chargers 6-5. It's interesting that a lot of teams are fighting for that 7th seed. It's going to be crazy watching how this play out. Even the Dolphins are back in the race.
They are
at 5-7, winning 4 straight.
Somebody mentioned it on another show in the chat, and it's true. This is probably the most exciting football season I've seen in a long time because everybody, save for a couple teams, you got Jacksonville, Houston, the Jets, and the Lions are still in this thing. So this late in the season, everybody else, aside from 4, by now we normally got about 8 or 9 teams that we can call front runners. Right now, we can't say that. It's whoever. This is like the year when the Giants won the Super Bowl. Is whoever gets hot late. That's who going. That's what this is going to be about.
Yeah. Any super chats before I toss it to Q? I know he had a couple of topics he wanted to hit.
Yes, sir. We got a few of them in here. We're gonna get to them. We appreciate all the super chat love. Tigolo said Brian Kelly wanted Zion life.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. But Brian Kelly he took the job in LSU. Oh, because he in New Orleans.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. My bad, Tigolo. I was slow on that one.
I don't know if I like that. He's not a LSU coach.
I don't. They're saying he can recruit good and he's gonna coach the offense up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
he's just a name. But I mean, if you're LSU down bad since old boy left, and then so yeah, I think at this point they got to try to do something. So we'll see. But cool.
Mathematically, Ant-Man, just mathematically. I mean they in it like they in it, but Tigolo says scam Newton trick y'all. Man, he didn't trick me. What you got on that? I'm gonna tell you he didn't trick me, but what you think, Ken? What you got to say?
Oh, we just reading super chat.
Cam didn't trick me. I don't know if y'all remember me saying it, but I did tell y'all I liked the first game that he played because he came off the bench in relief of
PJ Walker.
PJ.
Yeah, PJ Walker.
And PJ had a pretty decent game when he started that game. I'm not saying that should have worked long term. I just didn't think Cam was ready to be the starter week 2 getting there. I didn't think that was a good look. I was kind of liking how they used him in that first game, how they kind of worked him in there. I think a quarterback by committee with those two would have been more effective than just running Cam out there by himself. Cam's not going to do it right now. One, he doesn't know the offense. Two, is not the Cam that we knew, and Cam ain't that Cam. So I think the way that they did it the first time was a little harder to adjust for the Cardinals when they played them. They, when they would switch quarterbacks, and they wasn't ready for that. And I like the way that worked. And I said it. I don't know if you go back to the show, you can hear me saying it. Like, I don't really know about this starting Cam next week because Cam ain't ready. So,
What was Kalen's super chat? We'll come back to that.
Caleb McCoy said Detroit has a better November record than Seattle, Dallas, New Orleans, and the LA Rams. 100%.
Wait, say that again? Read
Detroit
that again?
has a better record than those teams. Detroit tied a game.
Oh.
So these are the Seattle, Dallas, New Orleans, and the Rams are winless in November.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's an actually interesting stat.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And them motherfuckers ain't won shit.
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing. But yeah. But like I said, those teams that we mentioned, the Seattle, Dallas, New Orleans, and the Rams, those four teams are in two different categories still. You got two teams that I don't know what's going on with the Rams. We'll talk about them in a minute, but Seattle, you're right, Ant-Man, Seattle is done. Next we have Weedham Boys. What's up, Weedham Boys? He said Lamar gave the Browns 4 interceptions, and Baker Mayfield only got 3 points from them. Goes to show you what we've been talking about this whole time on both sides of the ball.
$40 million man.
Both sides of the ball. It's been the same thing. I watched that game and it was atrocious to watch from both sides. The Ravens have a 4-leaf clover on their shoulder. They got a little leprechaun on them to help them out, and the Browns are the Browns. Period. And I kept seeing people say, "Well, Baker's got enough to push him over the Baker's this Baker." They still saying it. I'm trying to figure out who this Baker is. Everybody's talking about. I'm still trying to figure it out. Who is this Baker?
He hurt, man.
He's in the game.
He hurt.
He's playing.
You know what's bad though, Ken? He looked the same.
It don't matter.
It don't matter if
I saw
hurt
receivers dropping the ball.
That ain't what cost him that game.
Yes, it was.
It's still Baker.
I saw him watching. I saw him dropping the ball.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what cost him the game. Stefanski. Why the hell he ain't running the damn ball like he's supposed to? So, but nah, Baker ain't look good, but he's still in the thick of things.
What, in the quarterback hunt in his team? You mean? Because I'd rather see Case Keenum.
Hell no.
I'd rather see Case Keenum. It's time
the
to
only
move
way
on.
I would say move on. No, the only way I would say play Case would be because Baker's banged up. But
that's what I'm saying. That's well, I guess this is an audition for Baker. They're trying to say they're not out of it, but I think they're out of it.
Let me ask you this, Ken. Do you really feel Baker, regardless of injury, gives you the best opportunity to win right now?
Yes, I do. So let's be clear on this.
You are Nick with Mitchell Trubisky right now. You are, bro.
Look, all I'm saying, because I think this is getting a bit misconstrued. You're saying you can't pay that man when his contract is up.
No.
And I'm saying that I don't think you have any other options that are better. If there are better options, yes, you
don't think Russell trading for Russell is a better option?
No, and he will not voluntarily go to Cleveland. See, you guys are throwing out names that will absolutely not happen.
I think he will, though, now.
Ken, look, first of all, Cleveland does have draft picks. Obviously, well, depending on how the season ends, we don't know.
If we're talking a trade, that's one thing.
That's what
we're talking about free agents.
No, but Russell's not going to be a free agent.
Why not? Isn't his contract up too soon?
Is his contract up?
I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff.
I think.
But when I'm talking about options available, so if you can trade for a better quarterback, like if you could trade for, like, I'm not saying that you don't trade for Russell Westbrook or an Aaron Rodgers.
Wilson.
Like that's Wilson. That's stupid. I'm saying that when you have Baker on the table and you look at this other list of free agents that are there, he may be the best option left. And you don't want to go back and try to start all over again with,
because Russell has I think he has 2-3 years on his contract still. But I think last offseason, right, correct. He put out a list of teams that he wouldn't mind going to. I don't know if Cleveland was on that list or somebody could check and tell us, but I'm pretty sure he would have to request a trade. I'm sure that Aaron Rodgers would also have to request a trade. He's just re-up. So, I mean, Ken, I think I might have to agree with Ken here that Baker right now is really your best option to win anything. He's completely nicked up and banged up. He's mid, but I do recall a couple years ago, I do recall a Vikings team getting to an NFC Championship game, albeit off of a Stephon Diggs miracle, but their QB was not a world beater. Their QB played a pretty solid season, uh, all blew out all expectations. I'm pretty sure it was Case Keenum too, and if maybe I'm making Shelton's case, but I do think that the coach also has to put Baker in some better positions, and the wide receiver core also has to catch the ball, bro. Like there's a lot of drops. I think kind of killed their drives against Baltimore, and they had a chance to win that game too. If a guy like Belichick got his hands on Baker, Baker would probably be pretty solid if we just were able to keep him within a certain like pocket, keep him within a certain amount of throws, certain type of throws, certain playbook.
Right.
They give him
hold
too
on.
much leeway,
Hold
in
on,
my
Q.
opinion.
Then explain to me why people a la Ken want to talk about Stefanski, because that's what
I'm
Stefanski
talking
was.
about in that game.
But we're talking Baker holistically.
Okay.
Like people were getting on Stefanski. Oh well, the offense looks very run heavy, and they're not throwing the ball. They're telling you what they think of Baker.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
If you have two dynamic running backs, why would you not run the ball, bro?
100%. But you know what, Ken? If we exchange Mac Jones for Baker Mayfield, Bill Belichick would do the same exact thing with Baker. He's not going to open it up. Dink and dunk. Dink and dunk.
That's
Dink
Bill
and dunk.
Belichick's offense.
Yeah.
He did that with Brady.
He didn't always do it with Brady though.
He didn't always do it with Brady when he got receiver talent.
But the
a la
Patriots,
Randy Moss,
but
he
the
opened that
Patriots
bitch
got
up.
two tight ends though. Patriots got no.
Landry, Peoples-Jones, Rashard Higgins. These motherfuckers cannot get open. Landry dropping fourth down passes that would have went to a first down.
At the end of the day, Ken, any coach that puts their hands on Baker is going to treat Baker the same way. You know why? Lack of trust. Ken, if you're gonna boldface sit here on this damn stage and say that you trust Baker to make the throws when you need to make the throws, a Baker Mayfield led team with that ideology will never win a championship.
Why not? It's been done before. Has it not been done before?
With who?
Let's see. I think the Ravens did it.
No, no. See the difference in that they had a lesser quarterback in Trent Dilfer, but he didn't make those turnovers like that. He didn't make those mistakes that Baker makes every single week.
And they had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
Ideology of letting Baker go.
I said it's been done before.
With who? Because Trent Dilfer wasn't let go. It was like, hey, bro, you gonna throw 5 times a game.
Yeah, that's
Jamal Lewis about to run 40 times.
Correct.
That's what
they had Ed Reed, bro.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
They had Ray Lewis. They had Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, dog. Come on now, let's not do that. No, I'm not. You know what I mean? So that was like a world beater, like all-time top 5 defense ever, dog. Like let's not do that. And they had Shannon Sharp to get 1 play a game. You know what I mean? So let's not do that. But Baker, like I actually do agree with FIFO, and I also agree with Ken a lot of points. But I'm definitely in the middle here where Baker is mid, like I agree with FIFO. But I also do agree that you can win with Baker, but it has to be done with what FIFO's saying. You have to keep him on that leash. You do have to mix in probably like 60% run, 40% pass.
Rex Grossman.
Did they win a championship?
He said almost.
Look, and Rob Costa, I agree that you got to run the football and you got to play defense. But you also need a quarterback that can make the throws when you need to make the throws.
Them motherfuckers got to catch the goddamn ball, Ralph.
I feel that too. I feel that too, and I'm not absolving the wide receiving core of Cleveland, but at the end of the day, Baker simply off eye test Ken is not good enough. He is very middle to bottom middle of the NFL in terms of starting quarterbacks.
Okay.
He's not a franchise guy. He's not a $40 million guy. You attach a $40 million price tag to this guy. You're in the perpetual cycle.
The economy, not the economy, the market will always dictate price. So the only way you will avoid paying a quarterback, a
Mm-hmm.
mid quarterback, let's use
Mm-hmm.
your word, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's
Mm-hmm.
a superstar,
Mm-hmm.
a mid quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think the market is for a mid quarterback around the time when he's going to be paid is going to be around that price.
No,
So
no, no. Do you understand how quarterback markets work for starting quarterbacks? Doesn't matter how Kirk Cousins
how much
is
you getting paid?
Kirk Cousins.
Too much.
Shit.
How much?
Like I don't know the exact number, but he's one of I think he's the top paid
He
quarterback in the
reset. He
NFL.
reset the market for quarterbacks.
Like,
Starting quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Kirk
like,
Cousins is a mid quarterback.
like 120, right?
He is a mid quarterback, but at the time, the thoughts were not him being that. When he got that
He was
contract,
being oversold by
yeah,
the
he
media.
was.
He was
That's what
being
I'm saying.
oversold by the
When he
media.
got the contract, he was being oversold. But if you knew then what you know now, Kirk Cousins wouldn't have got that money.
Regardless, the market dictated that price
100%.
tag, and that's
No,
what I'm saying. And what dictated that price tag was them franchise tagging him as well. Let's not forget that too.
100%. He got franchise tag. I want to say 1 or 2 years,
A million times.
but at the end of the day, Ken, Kirk Cousins isn't worth that price tag. Baker Mayfield isn't worth that price tag. And there's other quarterbacks that
There's a lot of quarterbacks that are not worth that price tag.
100%. And
So what's
what I'm saying
the
is, Ken,
argument? If
when you look
that's
at
what the market is
but when you look at the Browns
paying
team,
them.
you got to move on from them because if the market says that I have to pay this guy a third, 2/3 of my whole salary cap when I have Myles Garrett, when I have Denzel Ward that eventually they're gonna have to pay if they haven't already. I want to say they paid Chubb. When you already have expensive commodities that are more of the core of the team for winning than Baker is.
You're going to pay Denzel Ward?
Yes.
Absolutely not. They will not pay Denzel Ward.
But you talk about playing
They will pay Baker Mayfield. You already know.
I'd rather pay Case Keenum $12 million and keep everybody than pay Baker and lose anybody.
And you would still be in the same predicament.
Hell no.
You would still be in the same predicament.
Because what you said is it holds true. Like Trent Dilfer can do it if you get a quarterback that's solid and decent. Because it didn't I can't remember exactly. Y'all forgive me, but didn't Case Keenum win that game he played?
Oh yeah, he won. And then Case Keenum got paid, and what happened to Case Keenum?
No, I'm talking about the game he played with the Browns.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when he was with the Vikings because he had an out of body experience with the Vikings. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And you know what they felt? And this may be going to your point. It's like, damn, man, if we had somebody like Kirk Cousins, we could win it all.
That's what it was.
They got rid of Kirk Cousins, got rid of Case, paid Kirk Cousins, and had the same shit.
Yeah.
But
let me read this super chat because it's along the lines. Drink more water. I'm coming back to the others, but Drink More Water said something that's I think important to note. He said Baker and Dak are products of the talent around them. Both need a run game to be good. Take that away along with a lineman or receiver, and they both mid. Now here's where I disagree, and I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all feel about this too. But here's where I disagree with that statement. The difference between Baker and Dak is simple for me. I talk about the same things all the time when I talk about quarterbacks. I talk about quarterbacks more so. I mean, what they do on the field is important. But a player like Dak, as opposed to a player like Baker, elevates the talent around him. There's a reason why Dak got paid. Dak didn't get paid based off his stats because he have all these people around. He made the people around him better too. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
Too.
What Dak?
Yeah, he has stats too.
That's what I'm saying. No, he did. But what I'm saying is you can tell that the players behind him believe in him. So his teammates, they're struggling. I'm not saying that he's perfect right now. I'm not. Because Dak is playing subpar. But when Dak is playing, it's kind of like that Raiders game. I'm like, Dak ain't looking like Dak. But when Baker does it, it's Baker being Baker. It's a different thing.
That team believed in Baker.
I don't think that
they
team
definitely
believed
in him last year and the year before that.
I think that they expect him to mess up.
Ooh, I disagree with that. Maybe this year because he banged up, but you can't tell me that team did not believe in Baker the last 2 years.
I don't think. I just don't think so. I think
The
that they. I
evidence.
mean, no. I agree with you. When they start winning, when they were losing. I mean, when they had come off to all those losing all those games, they started believing a little bit more. But at the same time, I don't think they were sold.
And
Starting last year and those mistakes he was making.
I'm not hearing them really criticizing much lately. That I've been seeing. But
Weren't the fans booing him?
the fans are, yeah.
And I think the players are feeling that way too. I mean, I have no insight on that, so don't quote me. But I really do think that they're feeling that way. Like,
I
come on, man.
think Sheldon, I'm add to that. 'Cause I think that they didn't like how he couldn't really get Odell on the same page. I think a lot of guys in that locker room like Odell, and I think that the fact that he's gone now has kind of not put a rift in the locker room, but I think that it's made the guys look at you like, dude, that's one of the most talented receivers in the league, and you couldn't get him when he opened. Like, come on now. Obviously, Odell's the case is still, jury's still out, but he looked good in that last game against Green Bay. But the thing with Cleveland that I think needs to be understood is Baker's never had over a 63% passer rating. You know what I mean? A 63% completion rating. Sorry. He's never been that over his career. It's always been about 62, 61, 59. So he does have to be so much better, but I do think that Stefanski can make the game simpler for him, man. And the guys do got to catch the ball. The defense does got to step up. But then again, nobody was saying Baker was hurt when he went in and killed Cincinnati. Nobody was saying that. But now, because he's doing bad now it's, oh, well, I have my knee, my torn labrum, and my hand, and ain't nobody really trying to hear all that, you know what I mean? And my last point is I also hate how people bring up those last 11 games last year without Odell, because if you look at the actual win and loss for each of those teams were trash. So of course Baker's going to feast on those teams. Of course the Browns are going to beat those teams up. So I don't like how that narrative was spun. Like, oh, as soon as Odell went down, the Browns called. No, the Browns were a beneficiary of a very easy closing schedule, but Baker did have them in a game against Kansas City as well. So you gotta like Baker. He's so Jekyll and Hyde with me, dude. Because it's like there's for as much as there is for me to be on FIFO side, like yo, get him out of there. There's just as much for me to be on Ken side, where it's like, bro, only a certain ingredients got to make this thing taste good. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is add a few more spices, and this thing could be nice. But
One more thing, and then we're gonna move on. The last thing I got to add to that, and that's a good point from all y'all. But we have a second father coming out against Baker, and I think that's telling when we talk about the players. I don't think that's an accident. The OBJ's dad put out the stuff. Kareem Hunt, senior, came out trashing Baker too, and he was like, I know y'all saying I shouldn't be, but I'm just being real. He sucks. Is in a nutshell. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he's like, he sucks. I ain't gonna put no tape up, but you can run it. He sucks.
What else he say?
He said
because he also said he was hurt too, right?
He said no.
Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to know. You don't have to read it. Everybody know. But he also acknowledged that the man is hurt, and he said he missed the throws.
Man, Baker got more. Baker.
What's special?
I was saying, man, Baker got more parents coming out against him than Michael Jackson back in the 90s, dog. This shit is kind of crazy. Like,
nah, they want us to move on from Baker, man. They don't want us to talk about Baker.
We're going to get our Baker, but let's go to the other side of that coin. Let's talk about Lamar. What
y'all talk about Lamar?
What did y'all think about Lamar's performance?
Y'all tell me. 4 interceptions? He pulled it out. Or did he? I don't know. But you know what? Lamar is coming off of an illness. He was sick the week before, so I think you just gotta kind of get his legs underneath him. I think it's the same situation. Like, I didn't see a lot of receivers getting open. I didn't think the play calling was good. A lot of things, drag routes underneath, et cetera, et cetera. On both sides. And he wasn't reading the field at all. But I think it's just a bad game, and I think these are the type of games that you have to win, and I think he pulled it out, and they're still 8-3. So I think they're still right on track, and I think like they were rolling before he got sick.
Mm-hmm.
So now just got to re-pick it up. So that's what I thought about that.
Yeah,
but I mean, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he for the same reasons you said. I don't give him a pass, but I'm gonna wait till next week and just see if he can get back on that streak. I hope he does. I really I love Lamar. I champion Lamar, but I don't like that performance. I didn't like the reads he was making. Like I said, he just wasn't. He didn't look like he was all the way there, and it just didn't look good.
Yeah, it's always funny. I always get a lot of tweets when Lamar has a great game passing, but these motherfuckers disappear when Lamar's struggling. I don't know what it is. Just like I didn't see anything from Shelton this week in the chat about Cam. Man, I ain't see any Cam, all exclamation marks or anything.
He wearing the Carolina blue, so he's still.
Yeah, I'm still on the train.
I was like, man,
but I'm not a Matt Rule fan. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, now it's Matt Rule.
It is Matt Rule.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, it is.
People, didn't he come over here and say, and he just said it again, he was like, man, when you believe in somebody, man, they can take you far in that locker room and you can win games.
Correct.
This motherfucker got benched.
Correct.
Benched at halftime.
But I also said, like I said,
where was the belief then, Shelton?
It was never there. Remember, I told you, I said I wanted PJ to start. I didn't want Cam to start.
I'm talking about, I don't care about what you want. I'm talking about what you said.
That's
what
I
said. That when they believe in these guys, that belief can take them over the top.
It can in most cases. Not in every case. Because they believe in Detroit. But they ain't meaning nothing.
They don't believe in Detroit. They need to believe in Detroit. They don't believe in Detroit.
They started out believing.
Look, man, I never wanted to do it. You know, and it's like, and even Cam didn't even have a good game in the game that they won.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
But you hyped it up.
I didn't hype Cam up. If you notice,
you were hyping up the belief.
Did I not say I wanted PJ to be the quarterback? I said I like it way they ran. I'm not happy with the fact
when he wasn't a quarterback and Cam went out and they blasted whoever they blasted, you came on here and you hyped that shit up.
He was the quarterback. He was the starter. Cam was situational. That's what I liked. When they went away from it, I was like, I'm not too happy about that. I wasn't too happy about them going strictly with Cam because I don't believe in Cam like that. I don't think Cam is ready for that. I kept saying that. So, no, I wasn't happy about that part. And I was like, man, if we win, it's going to be tough. It's going to be on the defense, and it's going to be on Christian McCaffrey's back. And we can't count on that because
P.J. Walker should be the starter from here on out?
I think so. I think that, like I said, I wanted.
Then why the hell you want Cam back?
Because I wanted them to mix Cam in. Cam has packages, and his packages are important to that team.
Same way they were utilizing him in New England.
Similar to how who is this in the chat? Playboy says Taysom Hill over Cam Newton, but still the Taysom Hill role, kind of how he comes in and plays quarterback situationally, kind of like that wildcat quarterback that can run, sometimes throw. That's what Cam's role should be. Cam should be lined up behind center maybe 20%, 25% of the time. Not saying PJ is going to lead them to the promised land, but PJ is a better quarterback than Cam Newton.
Maybe it's Matt Rule.
It is Matt Rule. He's on the hot seat.
He had Sam, he had Cam, he got PJ, he had Teddy. He had all these motherfuckers. Same results.
Same results.
Didn't get it done.
Same results.
Look, Cam last week, he was like, I'm back. That's what he told everybody. I'm back. But and everybody was, everybody, fantasy football, they were like, oh, you got to go pick up Cam.
No.
The sports media, man, Cam is back. Cam this, cat, and the other. I was like, all right, we're going to wait and see. I'm a patient man. Because I knew what was coming. I saw it in New England. And Nick could come on here and he'll make excuses. Well, Cam had COVID and,
right.
All this other stuff. I was like, nah, man, like, he's done. We knew what Cam was.
Yeah.
Cam wasn't ever really accurate. He had a hell of an arm. But all of those inefficiencies that he had as a quarterback, when the old man game,
people talk about. I was going to say the same thing.
It wasn't going to transition.
It's not. And Tigalow's question was, what's the excuse for Cam Newton? I'm back. Ha ha. Yeah, that's true. He said it. But like I said, Cam is I think that he had a role in this team. I really wish that they had used it properly. Like I said, when they announced him the starter right after that game that they won, I really wasn't happy with that. You won a game with a blueprint. Stick to that blueprint.
Because you knew the man couldn't play.
I
You knew what was
did.
going to happen.
I did. I figured
Man,
he'd be exposed.
You need to pick a side, Sheldon.
No. I
You
said
need to
that.
pick a side.
I said that. Now you can't will somebody to win without any type of talent. Now it takes some talent behind that. That's why I say now Dak is the perfect example of that. Dak has talent, and he can will his team to win. Dak has that go, that gusto that makes people want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Cam got the will to win, but he ain't got the talent behind it. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't gonna work out.
You need to stop overhyping his will to win shit.
No, you can't. You can't. That's a factor.
You use that for everybody. This intangible little thing you throw out.
It's worth it for some, not everybody. I use it for some. I look at it's the difference in playing with Patrick Mahomes. You can't tell me that the Chiefs ain't believed in Patrick Mahomes and felt a certain way about being on the field with him.
This belief thing that you're throwing out, you use it situationally when it's
correct.
beneficial.
Because it is situational. No. It is situational. It works.
When you don't have anything else, you go. They believe in that guy.
It works in certain.
And you know you started doing that with that ball boy.
Sure. Yes, sir.
That's when you started using it.
Yes, sir.
They believe in that kid,
and they won 7 of 8.
I'm talking about last year.
Yeah, I did.
That's when you started using it.
I did.
Look, this man can have a terrible game, but they believe in him though.
I did.
And they won the game because they believe in him.
Yes, sir.
Man, get out of here.
They do. I'm telling you, it makes a difference.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to help you out, Shelton. Because that believe stuff.
I called Lonzo on the last show. Me and Nick was on together. I said, Nick don't believe in y'all. Y'all in the playoffs right now. They won 7 of 8.
They have a very talented roster. Of course, they're going to win games.
And he's the leader of that engine.
See, there you go. It's more Miles Bridges.
I can't say that.
That boy balling.
I can't say that. He is playing good, but he played bad the last 2 games. Mr. Ant-Man, what's happening, Mr. Ant-Man? He said, Russ out of Seattle this offseason. Is Russ going to be gone this offseason? Who deserves more blame for that Monday Night Football loss, Russ or Pete Carroll?
I didn't watch that game.
I didn't either.
I saw it was horrible, 17-15. So I can't really say, but if I had to guess, and I'm just go by what history has told me, I'm gonna say Pete Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
He's known for blowing games.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with Pete Carroll.
Well, did you hear what Pete Carroll said after the game? He was just saying basically everybody got to do better, including Russ.
Russ didn't play well. Now I know he didn't play well. I looked at a little bit of it, but I turned that. I was watching that and basketball at the same time, so I was watching the Hornets play the.
Shout out to BZ430 speaking the truth.
What BZ say?
That if Anthony Harris was on that team, you'll be caping for him just as much.
That's not true.
If not more.
That's not true.
We don't know. We can't.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. And I like Anthony Edwards, but when you compare the two, it's no comparison.
We're just saying if he was on the team, you'll be speaking very highly of the brother. It'll be a different tune.
Yeah, you can put some lipstick on the pig now.
Be a different tune. Call him the next Jordan.
But Russ is gone. Russ is definitely gone.
Oh yeah. Sierra, like, listen, y'all. Y'all may know this, but for those of you that don't, you have to pay attention to what the wives are saying. When the wives start talking, things start changing. Giselle, remember when Giselle started opening her mouth? Giselle would sit there and be quiet. When Giselle started talking about football stuff, Brady was out. Brady was out a couple of years later.
Yep.
She was telling you she was telling the pillow talk. Sierra's been doing the same damn thing. This man is gone. So there's that.
Yep. They already packed.
Yep. Nick has a topic on here about the Steelers. I mean, not about the Steelers, because I don't know what's up with the Steelers. Talk about Jekyll and Hyde.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Can't bench him though.
You can't bench him, but he's done.
But he is definitely done.
But here's the thing, Ken. The only quarterback Baker's better than is Ben Roethlisberger right now. That's the only one, bro. That's the only one.
Nick also wanted to know who has a better chance of winning the NFC, the Rams or the Cardinals. The NFC West, the Rams or the Cardinals?
It's not even close. It's the Cardinals.
Hmm.
And you coming off. They're coming off all that rest from their players, and they still in top. They're gonna be getting Hopkins back. They're gonna be getting Kyler Murray back healthy. You can't ask no more than that. So it's not even close. The Rams got some problems going on. They got to fix and figure out.
What do you think those problems are?
It seems to be a lack of chemistry. Plus the fact that I noticed and I saw something similar. But if you push that defense, if you hit that defense in the mouth, they kind of back off. They tough.
Where did the sudden lack of chemistry come from? Because they had it early when they were winning on the win to go 7-2 or whatever it was.
I don't. I think that they just lost confidence in that loss. What was their first loss? They lost to the Cardinals in that first game, and that was kind of like an eye opener because the Cardinals hit them in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They really they took it to them, and I don't think they were expecting that. And I kind of think it through the equilibrium off. They kind of got it back a little bit, but once they lost, it's been down here from now. Now I think they're pressing. I honestly feel like they're pressing. And once again, if you running at that defense, and they've came across some monsters, they had to face a Derrick Henry led team. They had to face a Colts team with that running game. It's not been an easy task slowing those guys down. So it's who else have the Rams lost to? Let me look and see. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Damn, they got Ramsey playing zone. That's a man corner.
Well, they got Ramsey playing all over the place. They wanted to put him more into action. They figured putting him on an island kind of isolates him, and he doesn't get much action because they're not going to throw this side. And they said all teams have to do is simply throw back to the other side. So if they focus on the other side, he's out of the game plan. You taking one guy out, but they're working everybody else. You still can get beat. So they figured they use his talents differently by putting him in space, letting him make plays all over the field, and it's worked. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about it, it's working because he's making more plays than he's ever made. But
oh man, what did Ellis say?
Or the 49ers.
Oh, the addition of Von Miller should have alleviated pressure off Donald, but he didn't do shit against the Packers. Oh my goodness.
They were tearing him up. They were blocking him into the ground.
Oh my goodness.
They were blocking
Aaron
him into
Donald,
the ground.
the greatest NFL defender of all time, didn't do anything. Oh my goodness.
Now these games that they lost to the Titans. Derrick Henry ran wild. They lost to the 49ers with the perfect running game plan. They ran it down their throat. They was running the same play over and over again. They lost to the Packers. Did I say they lost? I thought who lost? Who was I thinking about? I thought they played the Colts. Oh, they beat the Colts. I thought they lost to the Colts. I'm sorry about that. They lost to the Packers in Brett Favre. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, not Brett Favre. I'm sorry. So that's kind of been their downfall. Now they get a little reprieve this week because they're gonna be playing the Jaguars. Mm-hmm. So they should bounce back. We'll see though. But right after that, they right back into the fire against the Cardinals. So Derrick Henry didn't play in that game against the Rams. He did not play in that game against the Rams. I'm sorry about that, Rob. You're right about that. I could have sworn that was the first game Derrick Henry was out. I'm sorry. My bad.
Nick put on here, he's been saying this for a minute. He asked, is Michael Porter a bust?
Absolutely not.
Because he got hurt.
You talk Michael Porter Jr.,
the basketball player,
Denver Nuggets.
MPJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he asked if he was a bust.
He's not. The reason why he fell in the draft was because of the back injury. And Ken, you know me because I was on Michael Porter Jr. before he made it to the league and all that. And
he's proven he could play. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I knew that he was suffering from nerve damage. You know what I'm saying. So this is not new. This is just one of those things that kind of popped up. I want to say it was on the JJ Redick podcast where he was talking about his draft process and how he said during the combine how the NBA does. It's a little bit different. You actually work out for the teams and stuff like that. And he couldn't feel his extremities. And he was in extreme pain. So he, kind of forewent a couple of those joints, and that's partly why he slid. But he's not a bust, because a bust to me is a person that cannot play at that level. It's somebody that doesn't pass the eye test. And obviously injury can derail somebody's career as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't think MPJ is in the bust category just yet.
Not at all. Like you said, he's been hurt before, but how many did at the beginning of his career?
Because he missed his high school senior year,
Right.
his college freshman year,
Correct.
his NBA rookie year, pretty much. And then the second year is really when he started getting some burn.
How long was Joel Embiid out?
His rookie year,
I
and
know.
then intermittently from there.
Right. That's what I thought. And he still is Joel Embiid. And I think to say he's a bust is way overblown. I do want to see how he comes back from a back injury. Back surgery is something serious.
Yeah.
We talk about back injuries with Larry Johnson, and it killed his career. There's a couple other players
Scottie Pippen.
my brother mentioned too. Yeah, Scottie Pippen with the
Scottie
back
Pippen.
injury.
Yep.
Scottie asked, "Wasn't the back injury worse than the flu game?" I say, "Okay, Scottie," but it was a couple of other ones, but yeah, I can't call him a bust because when he plays, to me, a bust, man, they never pick up the game. Like the game is too much for them, and they never recover.
Michael Olowokandi.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the game is just too big for that person. To me, that's a bust. Injury prone.
That's a bust too. Greg Oden was a bust. Greg Oden had all of the potential in the world, and the moment that this man made any type of move, it was
yeah,
ACL.
He was busted.
He was busted.
Here's the question that I have,
Mm-hmm.
and this is why I struggle with the labeling him a bust. At what point? Okay, so typically busts to me are like high draft picks.
He's a lottery pick.
Last pick, right? 14?
Still lottery.
Yeah, but you don't look you're talking about where you're drafted, right? And I don't think anybody was looking at Michael Porter Jr. as being franchise changing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so the narrative
I
around
think I guess what I'm saying is like where you pick would determine for me how you define
it's just
the
because
bust.
he slid though, but the talent was top 3 talent.
But he
And
wasn't drafted top 3.
I understand
If he was
that.
drafted top 3 and injury prone, that's more of a bust than drafted 14. You slid because of this risk.
Right.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
feel that.
So they baked in the risk to his draft selection.
But to be honest, let's say for the next 2 or 3 years he can only play 20 games. He's a bust.
But thank you, Darryl Brown, for that. Darryl Brown is right. Joel Embiid missed 2 years at the beginning of his career.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he came in with an injury and
That's what I was thinking. And in saying that, I think that MPJ hadn't missed enough time to be considered a bust at all. Now, if he can't come back from this, if he does not recover,
or if the next couple of years, maximum 20 games, you got to strongly think
he may not. I mean, he may not be able to play anymore. Like here's a guy that we saw that has the talent, can play.
Yeah.
That superstar talent, not a superstar, but superstar talent, star talent. And injuries are going to keep him off the field. I mean, off the court, it is what it is. But I think that if somebody would, to me, the way I look at it, if somebody would have taken him even as low as 10, or I would be more. I would look at that as more of a bust. At 14, I think you baked in the risk. You're taking a swing at it. Most guys. How many players drafted in the 14th spot can honestly play or has that level of talent? We know there are some guys that came out of that spot that have played, but I think the risk versus the reward at that spot, I think was worth it for him. They knew there was a possibility he may not even play.
yeah.
So how do we?
The
how we
risk
gonna call him
reward
a
was
but
perfect right there. Yeah.
100%. But you know what, Ken? And that was the only team that could have taken that chance in the lottery for him.
And if they didn't, he would have failed to even further.
Even further.
So if he was 25th, are we still labeling him a bust?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like I think
you know why? Because
why?
because you are stuck on where he's drafted.
Absolutely, I think that matters.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but he was drafted in the lottery in the NBA. So you're one of the top 14 players, first and foremost. Second of all, he was he was supposed to be a top 2 player coming in.
He's supposed to be
So
number one pick.
number one. Hey,
Right.
so all I'm saying, the expectation level for him wasn't of a 14th player. The expectation was of a top 2 player.
How?
Because the talent was top 2. The injury forced him to 14.
Which goes back to my point, is that they baked in the risk with this draft selection. You're rolling the dice at that point for him. Because remember, Woj was coming out saying that there were a lot of people like really, really concerned about that draft pick. People were thinking this guy wasn't going to be able to play at all.
I understand
because
that,
of the
Ken.
surgeries he had.
But bust also means failed expectations. And the expectation for MPJ was to be the best player out of his draft class.
What? No, absolutely not. Not with that back injury. Not with that back injury. Not with that back injury. When he had that back injury, those expectations tapered off.
He was more question marks than anything. And he, like I said, those expectations were there, but there was so many question marks surrounding his draft pick his pick in the draft that it could go either way. It was a boom or bust pick.
I think, I mean, we label it that way. He is bust, but
label it like that is true. That's what it was. It was like either we're gonna hit big or we're gonna fail.
But I'm saying, but he hasn't been more boom than bust.
He's been more boom than bust.
Yeah, he has been to me.
But didn't he miss his whole first year?
But how many? Ben Simmons missed his whole first year.
Blake Griffin did too. No, I'm not. I'm not using that against him. I'm just saying that, they took their time with him. They understood and knew that this could potentially happen. I think taking MPJ at 14, if you get what you wanted, what you expected to get before the injury, you got to steal in the draft, and it looked that way until I don't know what happened. He got hurt. But
just nerve. I'm not saying just nerve, but it's something that is part of the injury that he's just gonna have to deal with. And the severity of it is going to range, right? Because have you ever dealt with nerve pain?
Bro, every day, because I still got it. Because I might have to get surgery on my back.
You know what I'm saying?
So I got a pinched nerve. Yeah.
And even if you get certain days are worse than others.
Absolutely. I was, the other day.
And in sports, regardless of the sport you play, the level of physicality, there's gonna be days that your body just don't feel up to it.
No, I struggle to put my shoes on to come to the studio.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know that MPJ is gonna deal with some of this stuff. If MPJ can play 65, 70 games a season, he's not a bust. If he's averaging 20, 25 games for the next 2-3 years, you got to move on. You can't pay that man.
They already paid him.
He already signed the extension?
Remember? They paid him. Yeah.
They did.
How many years has he been in the league already? 4?
I don't know, but he definitely got paid, bro. He got a contract. And he ain't been the same since he got,
we getting
got
old,
that
bro.
contract.
We getting old.
Yeah.
I agree with this too, Castor. Let me read these couple questions that apply, and then I'm still gonna get back to the other chats. But Tracy G, hers was first that applied. Tracy, what's up? She said, unfortunately, it looks like MPJ may not be in the league much longer, along with Cam. That's true. That is true. I think they'll cut Cam before the season's over. I think Cam had one more bad week. He's out of there. Cas 2 said, in my opinion, no matter where you are picked, injuries don't make you a bust. Injuries are just unfortunate. They don't determine whether someone can play. I kind of feel that way too. I kind of.
Is Brandon Roy a bust?
No.
Injuries derailed his career.
It did.
That's what I'm saying.
But he proved himself before it derailed. Greg Oden. Look, it's all about does the can you match the hype? Greg Oden was hyped coming out of college,
but he played though. He matched it when he played.
How many games did he play?
It don't matter. The next super chat came from Drink More Water, which is the same thing I was saying and I was thinking too. I kind of was thinking I was right, but y'all kind of confirmed it. Thank y'all. Drink More Water said a bust is labeled as someone who failed expectations based on draft position: Markel Fultz, Anthony Bennett, Dennis Smith are busts. Injury can't make you a bust.
So y'all, wait. So everybody right now in the chat is telling me Greg Oden was not a bust.
Greg Oden was a bust.
I don't think so. I don't think he was a bust because when he did play, we saw his
For
potential.
all of 5 minutes.
We saw it though. We saw it in them times.
But
Greg
that's a
Oden played.
bust.
Let me see Greg Oden's NBA stat.
Hey, Introns, is that this report? Is that new or is that when he was being? Is that during the draft? Because that sounds like during the draft. Like people were really. I pulled up bust and it put up woman's chest. Okay. I don't know. Google on some other shit.
See, thank you, Flash. Fultz was injury. Or why you labeled him a bust?
Fultz was not injured, man.
It was his shoulder.
That wasn't what was wrong with him. That was his shot. That was not his shoulder.
The shoulder affected the shot.
Man, that was his
This
confidence.
was documented, bro.
That was his confidence. And
Bro,
then they blamed it on the shoulder. It's like they blaming this Baker stuff on his
y'all just can't be
labeling.
wrong.
No, man. I watched Fultz and got so frustrated.
Drink more water. You said Greg Oden was never given the chance to show what he can do.
He only
because
played
of
2
injury.
years, but I think he stayed hurt. Like he was like
all the time.
Yeah, he played 3 years. He averaged like 9 and 7 at 2008 season.
It says the traditional definition of a draft bust is a player who was erroneously selected when there was a better option on the board.
Okay, so is Marvin Williams, per that definition, Marvin Williams is a bust.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought so.
And the career plate is what said it out that way too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bad pick by the Hawks, but he had a very solid NBA career. That's not on him.
That's solid.
That's not on him.
He failed to meet expectations.
He did.
What do you? Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait.
This guy was drafted.
Who in the
on
hell
potential.
who had expectations for Marvin Williams?
All those folks did. That's why
the
he's
people
drafted
that
so
drafted
high.
him.
Marvin Williams didn't even start at Carolina.
I know.
They were talking about this. Go ahead, Sean.
They were talking about him like he was the next.
Bro, they were.
That was the expectation.
I wish we had that in hip hop back then because I would have told all y'all hell no.
He was a franchise player that was coming in that was supposed to take over the franchise.
Was that really the narrative painted around him at that time?
It was. I'm a huge Tar Heel fan, so of course, because I was like, he needs to stay in school another year. Because what I saw was a little bit of talent, but I didn't see nowhere near the headspace to be great like that.
To me, the fact that he got drafted over who was it? Darren Williams or CP? One of them, if not both of them. Hell no! Come on, man.
Yeah. But Marvin. I didn't like him. What was he picked? A?
Who?
Something like Marvin Williams.
He was picked where?
Damn, people consider Glenn Robinson a bust.
Who? Who?
For the Bucks. He played with the Bucks. Yeah,
Big Dog. Glenn Robinson.
I didn't know that. He was drafted number 1, 1994.
Yeah,
he's not a bust to me. A career average over 18. That's not a bust.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's not a bust.
Beasley was a bust.
Yes, and that was Ken's guy.
Beasley was supposed to be great, boy.
Man, he was, man.
He was supposed to be great.
Man, people told me no, but I held out.
His problem was he was a tweener.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the same thing. When I watched him play, I said, Ken, what does he play in the NBA? He's too small to be a 3. He's not quick enough to be a 3, and he's too small to play 4.
Yeah, that was before positionless basketball.
100%. So, and even in positionless basketball, he wouldn't have been a god tier player. He would have just been another role player. He would have been average. The other player that I always give Ken hell for because he really thought that this
AC Law.
Yes.
AC Law?
I don't know what it was.
AC Law?
I have no idea. I can't even tell you. I can't even explain that.
Those are the two.
I remember watching him at Texas A&M, and they gave him a lot of props there. And I remember being like,
I probably got caught up in that, bro.
He's so average.
I probably got caught up in that.
He was so average that when he got drafted, I was like, man, AC Law ain't nothing.
I thought
I
he was.
knew AC Law was trash.
I wish I knew.
remember when I first saw him in summer league, I said, "Can hey hey this guy can." I don't know what the hell the Hawks was doing, bro. He not the guy.
Trying to, yeah, Greg Oden, man.
Yeah, Greg Oden was the talent that never was. Greg Oden was supposed to be nice.
Dang, is Michael Olawakandi like?
Yes, he was
Oh,
bad.
he was. Yeah,
I know he was bad.
He was one of the worst. The worst was Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
Anthony Bennett was the worst. Nah, he was trash. He
see, Mr. Ant-Man, you feel me, bro? You feel me?
What did he say?
No, don't do that.
He
Mr.
said
Ant-Man.
AC Law was my guy. I wanted him to be good so bad. Me too, bro.
Terrence, I didn't like AC Law at Texas A&M either.
I wish I didn't like him, Shelton.
He did. Oh man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, LeBron in health and safety protocols, man. He got, man. Did y'all hear what Joel said?
Booker is out for the rest of the game with hamstring soreness.
Damn,
I saw what Joel
It's time.
Embiid said.
yeah,
like he was gonna die.
yeah, he had it. He said he thought he wasn't gonna make it, man. That's man. When I saw him say that, I was like, whoa. He must have been down bad. We talking about a professional athlete
because he was out for a while. It wasn't his
9 days, something like that. And
I thought it was longer than that. It felt
may
like
have been longer than that. But maybe he missed 9 games.
He missed 9 games, I think, because he was
So
out
more
for a
than 9
minute.
days. Yeah,
yeah, he was out for a minute. I was like, man, his time should be up. I'm thinking, them players coming right back like nothing happened. But no, it affects him.
everybody differently.
It does.
Yeah,
but
he
most
put
of
up 40 something in the game back.
We're gonna see how LeBron come back.
If he got it, or if he has it.
Is he vaccinated?
He is.
Yeah.
Embiid was too.
Everybody but Kyrie.
Yeah, Embiid was vaccinated. It was a breakthrough case. But this stuff is booster time, so all that stuff is starting to wear off. But here's the thing, like if LeBron has it, and if he has it bad, because I sent this in the chat. If LeBron may not be able to jump when he come back, man, man, y'all saw that?
Yeah, I saw the layup.
Bro, he had to lay that shit up.
He's conserving energy.
That wasn't conserving energy, bro. Because there was another one. Somebody threw in that other game, in that same game. Somebody threw him an alley, and he couldn't get it the way he used to. I thought LeBron was gonna be jumping out the gym for the rest of his career.
He still can, man.
Father Time is undefeated. Ken.
I know
he's gonna be grounded at some point,
man. But you see how fast he went up and.
That was. I looked at that. I said, "Man, cut that." Yeah. OJ Mayo was supposed to be great, Mr. Ant-Man. OJ Mayo hurt me too.
I believe in him too.
And
I was going to
bring that up because the person actually brought it up. I can't see the whole name, but it might be Marzi one or Marzi or something like that.
Yeah, Mars one.
All right, and he asked OJ Mayo, and Flash said OJ Mayo was nice. But is he a bust because he failed?
OJ Mayo would be a bust because he was supposed to be LeBron. OJ Mayo was supposed to be in that category.
You know who else is another bust? DeJuan Wagner. You know who else is another bust?
Harold Miner.
Darko.
Darko is.
Darko top 3.
Hey, we gotta do a bus show.
We need to do a bus show, but I think this is a very good question about Wiggins.
Who?
Like, is he a bust?
Who?
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins, he was the number 1 draft pick.
Yes.
So you got to say that. Now he's a certified role player that can get you points every now and again,
which is freaking crazy. And every once in a while, you see the talent. We're like, oh my god,
that's crazy how they would pick back to back though. Him and Anthony Bennett, and they was on the same roster.
Oh, and the other guy that was Duke. I think he played at Duke.
Which one?
Went right after Anthony Wiggins. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Parker.
Jabari.
That
was injury though.
It was injury, so now, like, is he a bust?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because Jabari never lived up to expectations.
He didn't, man.
But the thing was, when he was healthy, he was the motherfucking man. He made people question, well, shit, should we have picked him over Wiggins?
Everybody in the chat say Wiggins is not a bust. The only reason you can call him a bust is because he didn't do it like the number 1 draft pick would normally do it.
Yes.
And now he's a role player.
100.
He's not a number 1 or 2 option on that team.
He is a solid player, right? And it's the same reason why I said Marvin Williams is not a bust. Solid player. The difference is, I don't know. I guess I really don't remember the Marvin Williams hype like that. Maybe because I saw beyond the BS and I knew what he was. Wiggins, man, me and my brothers, we always argue back and forth in the Wiggins draft because I said take Embiid. You know what I'm saying? If I was Cleveland, I would have taken Embiid with the injuries, with all of that. It didn't matter to me. But Wiggins doesn't play like the best player of his draft class.
That's the thing that gets me, and that's why I would call him. That's what make me consider the bust too, because you think about the players that came after him, and some of those guys. Because who else was in that draft? I'm trying to look at that draft.
Embiid went number 3. Jabari went number 2.
Julius Randle,
Zach
LaVine.
Yep.
Jokic was the 41st pick.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some all stars in that draft. Whereas, how many times has Wiggins been an all star?
So will we say that Embiid, Joker, and Zach LaVine are all better than Wiggins, right? What?
Yeah, I'm trying to see any awards. Yeah, he has no NBA awards other than Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
That's it.
You know, once upon a time, Minnesota had the youngest trio of 20-point scorers ever. Him, when I say him,
Cat.
Wiggins, Cat, and Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
So who would you say are the 3 best players of that draft class? Would you say it's Embiid, Joker, and LaVine?
Yeah. That's without even seeing the whole thing. I was just looking at the highlighted players. But for sure.
Got one more super chat. We'll read that, and then we'll do the picks, and then we'll get out of here.
No, we got a couple more super chats I missed. Chief Miyagi, I missed a couple of them. I was trying to stay on topic with these. Injuries do play a part in making a player a bust. Sure, they are out of your control for the most part, but if we're talking expectations, then teams don't draft you to be injured more than you play.
So injuries contribute to being a bust. It's not your fault. It's out of your control, but you can't live up to expectations if you don't play the game. You a bust for that.
Well, I don't think that Michael Porter Jr. being a bust at 14 is all that bad because of the risk reward. Like, because they knew that, like you said, I think when Shelton said it,
so boom, he was damaged goods.
Yeah, boom or bust. Either he's going to be good or he won't be. But if he's good, he's going to be damn good. But we already planning for him to not play. We're just taking a risk, high risk, high reward, and it didn't work out. So it was a gamble.
And let me read this one. Key, he said, throwback to when FIFO had Jabari Parker in his top 5 small forward in the league before he even played a game. I did, and I remember that.
Damn, I don't remember that.
Yep. Who else did I have? Did I put Wiggins? No, I didn't put Wiggins up there. But yeah, I put Jabari. I want to say he was either number 5, number 4.
Yeah, Jabari's supposed to be nice, man.
Yeah. Look, man, I have a feel for basketball players and I have an eye for talent. So if Jabari would have stayed healthy,
I still don't know though, because he was a tweener too.
You know what? But he wasn't a tweener because of size. He was a tweener because of athletic ability. Like defensively, what was he going to guard?
So that's what I'm saying. So him being a small forward, I don't know if he could have played that position effectively.
My opinion, he would have offensively. Defensively, it would have been a question. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he would have been because he wasn't quick enough. You know what I'm saying? So I give you that, but to me, Jabari was going to be 20-25 point scorer once he reached that level.
Yeah, he would have been a scorer. Yeah, he was hard to guard. We got a couple others. Trap guard. Madera said, will Cincinnati college team make the college football playoffs? The answer to that question is resounding yes for me. Cincinnati will make the playoffs because I think they still have a conference championship game left to play, if I'm not mistaken, but they're not been challenged all year. And I think it's a matter of attrition. The other team's going to beat up on each other. I think the college football playoffs are already set. In my opinion, it's going to stay that way because I think Alabama is going to beat Georgia this game. Then they will have a rematch coming up in the championship game. In my opinion, I think they'll be 1 and 2 seeds. But you got Michigan. The seeds go as follows. I think it'll be Georgia, Alabama, Michigan and Cincinnati in the college football playoffs.
Hey, that's a really good question. I know it's not a super chat, but I gotta ask it. Flavian asked, "How do you think Boogie would fare on the Bucks?"
Oh, I was gonna get to that too,
Okay.
because that's one of the super chats.
Oh, that is one of the
Somebody
super chats.
did.
All right, bet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to that one. Mr. Ant-Man said college football was crazy over these. What's up, Mr. Ant-Man? I didn't even say what's up. College football was crazy over these last couple days. Riley to USC, Kelly to LSU, Spencer Rattler in the transfer portal. Crazy. It's a lot going on right now. Is the time for movement. Not only that, the 5-star quarterback that I can't remember, Malachi, can't remember his last name, but he dope. But he was going to
Willis.
Oklahoma. He ended up recommitting to USC with Riley. And more dominoes are going to fall because you still got these are major college jobs and they're moving around. I saw that, and they're giving out major money. I saw on the show last week that I missed. Y'all mentioned who's the black coach that got them? James Franklin getting the contract extension. Well, Mel Tucker, black coach at Michigan State, got a 10-year, $95 million extension too. So shout out to Mel Tucker.
That's rare for black coaches.
It is, and I really didn't think they had a great season, Michigan State, but I didn't think they'd give Mel much of a chance. I didn't think he'd stand a chance there. But it's good to see him thriving.
Black coaches matter.
They do. They really do. And but these guys got some big money, man. They laid some money out on the line for these guys. I saw that the contract specifics for Lincoln Riley where I think he made $110 million. They paid him $500,000 a piece over the 2 houses he owned there. So gave him an extra $1 million on top of what he was asking for the houses he sold. He has access to a private jet at all times, all kind of stuff.
Is that real?
I believe so. They bought him. I wouldn't see why not. They bought him a crib out there. So
would you not leverage all that though, Ken?
Yeah, of course.
If you're the
I
arguably,
would.
oh,
I'm just
okay.
like, damn, I know they got money, bread, like, but god damn.
Yeah, they got.
Do you know how much?
I know.
Yes,
That's
that's
fucking
nothing.
ridiculous.
That's
It
nothing.
is ridiculous.
And they not paying the players.
Like T, I say, you can have whatever you like. They wanted that guy. They got that guy. I would have stayed where I was though, man. I think I would.
Nah,
have
hell no. I would have went to USC too.
I'm
All that
gone.
money plus
I'm
all
gone.
of the extras.
I'm out.
Shit, I'm out too.
So you be in California instead of being Oklahoma.
California
Hell
dreaming, baby.
yeah. Because think about from a recruiting perspective.
I mean,
Don't you want to be in
it's
LA?
Oklahoma. He got Caleb Williams for the next 2 years.
No. Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna get all of the quarterbacks now. I'm gonna get all. We in LA, baby.
That's USC. That's gonna be hard to win. But if anybody could do it, Lincoln Riley is my guy. I really was hoping that Jerry Jones wised up and got Lincoln Riley in Dallas because Lincoln Riley is that guy. I really thought he'd be the Cowboys coach. And that's really what Jerry Jones, if you listen to Jerry Jones, you screwed this one up. You dropped the ball on this one because you should have gave that man whatever it took because if any coach is ready to jump from college to the pros, Lincoln Riley was that guy. He's a quarterback guru. Look what he did with those other guys, the Bakers, the Kyler Murrays, even the Jalen Hurts, getting them to that next level. Give that man a job, man. He deserves one.
That is 3 quarterbacks he got in the NFL.
He deserves a job. And
you know
2 first-round
overall,
2 number 1, yeah,
2 number 1s. So here's the thing. In my opinion, when it comes to head coaching in football, personally, I would prefer the college job for a couple of reasons. You have complete autonomy, especially if you're the guy like a Lincoln Riley, right? Like you have autonomy. The way you can set expectations for players is different than in the NFL. Where the NFL, the player is bigger than the coach. In college, the coach is bigger than the players. And especially if my ass is on the line, I want to be like, hey, nah, bro, you out of here. You out my program. And that's it. Ain't nobody gonna question Lincoln Riley. Ain't nobody gonna question Nick Saban. Who gonna question these type of guys? So in my opinion, and then you make the same money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The biggest difference is the recruitment process, where that's a year-round thing every single year. So I know how that can get exhausting. But when you are in the professional front office, and what I mean, like to me, head coaching up, right? Like when you are not a player, your job is all year round.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking scout, if you're the GM, if you're the head coach, if you're an assistant coach, your job is year round. Can you take a month or two off? Of course, but some of the positions you can't. So to me, take the college job. Lincoln Riley did the right damn thing. And look, like you said, he already got 2 number 1 quarterbacks. But now he got Cali behind him. Oh, come on, man. He gonna get whoever he want.
That Oklahoma thing just looked nice though. They're going to SEC to be competing against them guys.
USC. Look, it don't matter how many championships Oklahoma wins, they'll never have the story, and they do have a story. So I'm not disrespecting them, but the USC lore, the Rose Bowl, it's just different, Shelton. Just different.
Mr. Ant-Man 27, is Kimba's time in the NBA
Yes.
done? Thoroughly washed.
Yes. How many times I got to be right on these plays? Where Nick at? I need Nick here for this one.
Wait, he was hyped about Kemba Walker? I don't remember.
Where did he go? Ken, he went to New York.
I
Of
know,
course he
but-
was hyped. Of course he was hyped. And I said, bro, all of that for not. Kemba, look, when Kemba left Charlotte, and you know what? At this point, I'm glad Charlotte didn't pay him. I'm glad Charlotte didn't pay him because
Yeah.
it's one of those things, Ken, where even when Kemba at his height, I've always said he feels like a 6-man to me. He does not feel like the starting point guard on the championship team.
No,
he
not at all.
feels like the X factor. When he come in, he could be clutch, he could get buckets, he could heat up, but he's small. What's his superpower? Because it's not like he's a tremendous knockdown shooter. It's not like he's a pass first pick and roll maestro. Like what's his superpower?
Flash, you're 100% right. Kimba's superpower was speed and quickness, and he did have a nice little jump shot.
But it wasn't elite.
But when you lose it though, it was elite. When he was with Charlotte, he had that quickness.
What up, Quentin?
He could get to that
Appreciate
basket.
you
But
coming through,
like
bro.
I said, it was short lived.
Was.
And once he started having those little injuries, it was over. And you're right, that was his game.
100%. Okay, so no, he did have a superpower at his maximum
Yeah,
efficiency.
Yeah, he
but like I always say,
I
what
knew
was
it
the
wasn't
old
gonna
man
last.
game?
I knew it wasn't gonna last.
What's the old man game?
Yeah.
He don't got old man game because here's the thing: when you're small like that,
Mm-hmm.
when your speed and quickness go, how do you affect the game? Still, can you
Right.
control tempo? Kemba has never been a point guard.
No.
Kemba's a scorer.
Yeah, he's not Muggsy.
He's not Muggsy. He look, there's a reason why a guy like Ish Smith is still in the NBA. You know how long Ish Smith has been in it? You know how many teams he done played for? That man's gonna play to the moment he can't walk if he want to, because he's a point guard's point guard. Even when he can't have the speed and quickness to turn the corner, he's gonna see that guy open. He could stay right here. Boom. No look. That's still valuable. What Kemba brings at a devalued state is not valuable.
Correct. And a player like Ish is a team player. He's gonna think team first. Whereas Kimber still has the mindset. And that's why I wanted him going to Charlotte. I was ecstatic when we got rid of him. I thought that was a great move because a lot of people thought it was kind of suspect for Charlotte not to re-sign him and to let him go for nothing. Well, to me,
they should have traded him.
They should have traded him. But to me, it was addition by subtraction. I didn't care. I just didn't want to go into the future with him as my point guard.
But you know what though? I was about to call you Ken Shelton. My issue around the whole Kemba thing wasn't the fact that Charlotte didn't want to give him all of the money. I would have reservations as well. But my thing is that you cannot allow for commodities to leave and not get something in return.
I agree.
That's bad GMing. Even if you would have got a bevy of second round picks, it's still something. You cannot allow Kemba Walker at the time he walked to just walk and not have nothing. And then you go sign Terry Rozier as the replacement. What? Or no, well, they made that trade.
No,
right?
It wasn't a trade. It was just they just signed.
They just signed. Yeah, no. You should have got some draft. You should have got something. Somebody would have gave you something for Kemba at that time.
Yeah, and they overpaid for him at that time too. Now he's worth it now, but at the time they overpaid for Scary Terry.
I still think that they should move on from him. He's expendable.
He is. With LaMelo there, they don't.
I'll say this, because I've watched every game this year. I thought the same thing for a long time. I kind of agree with what y'all are saying, but during that winning streak, he came in handy. He was making some plays, and he's playing on both ends of the court. One of those games, he had 6 steals. Another game, he had about 3 steals. He's playing good defense on both sides, and he's scoring.
You,
He's
you know the reason why I say he's expendable, and here's the thing: expendable does not mean not valuable. He's valuable to that team. Veteran,
yeah.
quick,
When Boat
shifty.
Night gets right, that's when
That's
he's. I know that's what you
and
was thinking,
yep.
but Boat Night's nowhere near ready. He ain't ready.
But you know what though? You know what? If you're going to go young, go young.
Yeah.
Play, get that man the minutes, bro.
But I think that they have realistic expectations of
Making the playoffs.
yeah, making the playoffs
Yeah.
and being a top 5 seed. So in saying that, I think that's what they're playing for, and they're allowing him to learn under Scary Terry for a year, and next year they can move on, and the next year they just turn it up. Like you've had a year seasoning, now going out there and play, young man.
Yeah. But you know, but
Mm.
when I saw Boat Night in summer league, hey,
He ready. He nice to me.
hey,
But they evidently, like I said, he didn't get no burn. I'm talking about he scored his first point the other day.
yeah.
1 point.
And here's the thing:
Thanksgiving night, the night after Thanksgiving.
I don't think what the Charlotte Hornets are doing is wrong. So if I was running it, I would move on from Terry, get more draft picks, and
Mm.
play Boat Night. But if the main priority is to get the highest seed possible in the playoffs and get there, then I understand it. And here's the other reason why Charlotte is not wrong for studying this course,
Mm-hmm.
because what do I always say? The only way to expedite development is by playing in the playoffs. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta play for this would expedite LaMelo and Miles Bridges' game so far,
Right.
so far. And then here's the thing: if they make the playoffs, oh, Boat Night, you gonna get some minutes,
Yeah, you're gonna have to
maybe
play.
2 or 3. And then if we get mollywop, and we down 20, oh, you playing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or we up, you playing? So he gotta get that experience. But Charlotte's not incorrect.
Right.
They're playing it safe. This to me, this is safe. I'm more risky.
Yeah.
Play the youngins. They go out there and
And something I found out and I forgot about. Back then they broke attendance records in Charlotte, and even when Jordan was playing, they had more people in the Charlotte Coliseum than they did in United in Chicago with Jordan.
mm-hmm.
So in saying that, they trying to get back because they got the fans there.
Mm-hmm.
They bringing those people back in the house to see LaMelo and that team. And if they go into the playoffs and they going far, they're gonna keep that fan base there and they're gonna get that attendance record back up. And that's what they're after. So that's why it's more
business.
important. Yeah, it's more important to make the playoffs and get a high seed than it is to elevate your rookie. Um, Drink more water. What's up, Drink more water? He said the Bucks signed DeMarcus Cousins. Any expectations?
Yeah. First and foremost is this. Hopefully, Boogie stays healthy. You know what I'm saying? I want Boogie to stay healthy, but they lost a lot when they lost PJ Tucker. That aggressiveness, that don't fuck with us, that mentality, that they lost that with PJ. And as great as Giannis is, he is intimidating, but he doesn't have necessarily that I'll punch you if you get too damn close to me. You know what I'm saying? Giannis is a poster boy, and they don't have another guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So bringing in Boogie, I like that. You know what I'm saying? We know he do the dirty work. He love doing the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
He could stretch out the floor just like the twin. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you put him and Giannis in pick and roll. How do you guard that?
Right.
Because one, to me, Boogie Cousins' most underrated ability is passing. People never talk about it, but he's one of the best big man passers in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And he can handle the rock. You put him and Giannis and pick and roll. How do you guard that? And now that Giannis can hit a jump shot, man, I like Boogie. Now I'm not saying that championship now because they no Golden State is still that team, but I like Boogie there. So I do have expectations of him contributing to a championship level squad.
Mine are a little bit. Uh, I guess my expectations are a little bit less. I think he's a serviceable body that can give you good minutes in spots. And in saying that, what I'm saying, you got a veteran presence on the floor that's going to come to intimidate, and he can still play. He got talent. You just gonna get it in spurts though, and I think that it's still worthy to have. And a team like Milwaukee need all the toughness they can get. So even though they got some tough guys on that squad, you add another goon to that squad. That just you got to replace a PJ Tucker, and who better to replace a PJ Tucker than Boogie Cousins?
Yep.
So
It's
I think that's
they won't win the championship this year.
That's that knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is yet to be seen. We'll see what happens. Let me see where we are. Tars Dozna, he said, start one, bench one, and cut one. Dak, Allen, and Murray.
Start Murray, bench Allen, cut Dak.
Start Murray, bench Dak, cut Allen.
Start Murray, bench Dak, cut Allen.
So I'm the only one with Wham Newton on my squad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that though. I like that.
What's that?
Start one, cut one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Huh. I have to keep that. No show.
Let me see.
Segment.
Yep. And I think that. Let me see if I missed one. One more from Josh Bros. Josh Bros, what's happening, man? I ain't seen you in a minute on here. Josh said, it seems to me Zach Wilson is being cast away as a bust after 8 games plus an injury, while Lawrence is getting the growing excuse. Why do you think that is? Is Zach black?
No, Zach isn't black. But he's a Jet, number one.
That's the biggest thing.
I think we really need Manny to give us a Jet report on him. And I also think that I don't recall them really casting him away like that though.
But
I think
they have though.
He's been hurt, so it's hard to do that.
But he's been healthy enough to play, and they started 2 other quarterbacks over him.
Oh, that's what he means. I thought he was talking about like the media and stuff like that.
Nah, not necessarily the media, but like the own organization. It almost feels perception, just outside looking in. It feels like they don't believe in Zach.
Oh, Wilson they believe him. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, but I would find it highly unlikely that I think they just want to make sure he's fully healthy.
I think that they were afraid of quarterback controversy though when White had that good game though, because White came out balling.
Yeah, then he had a bad game. Different.
Yeah, but that was a relief to them.
Because,
that was a relief to them that White came back and played bad, because if he didn't, people were calling for Zach's head. And people in New York, period, based off the past, they have a short leash. And if you're looking at the same thing, he has been hurt, and I agree. But if you're looking at in your average fan's eyes, they ain't trying to hear none of that. You're looking at the same things you saw in the quarterback that just left, and all that you gave up him to get to this. If you're seeing the same things, you're gonna have a short leash.
If you see the same thing, there needs to be a whole separate conversation that needs to take place.
Right. If you're dating somebody and you getting the same thing from the next person, they're not going to get as long a leash as the first person got, period.
100.
And that's the same thing here.
But the problem with the Jets is what I've been saying for years, even during the Sam Darnold era. They lack talent all over the field, over the damn field.
But they just won last week, didn't they?
How many wins do they have in the season?
I don't know, but they beat. And they only beat Houston. But I don't know. I think Zach could get. I think he'll get his opportunities.
True. You know what? Look, I put it to you like this: when I see Zach, I see, which is crazy, a flashier Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Does he have an arm? Yeah, but is it elite? Nah. He has a quicker release than Baker. I think he could throw from more platforms, sidearm and all that type stuff. But he doesn't read defenses. He's not comfortable in the pocket. He doesn't have a go-to guy offensively, whether it's the run game, the tight end, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
The O-line, they are getting better. So, it's still not where it needs to be, but it isn't what it was during Sam Darnold era either. But they just lack talent.
Well, they got a guy they believe in now. They just got to fill in those voids. No, with Trevor though, he is getting a free ride. Yeah, for big time. And I think Urban Meyer is helping with that because I think expectations were low.
Correct.
Well, Urban's on the hot seat though.
Nah, he's not.
No,
on the hot
he
seat.
is. There's a lot of reports saying that
Let me see.
that Trevor Lawrence is not developing the way that they expect him
It's
to.
not Urban's fault.
Yeah, this was a learning under fire situation.
So who fault that is? They brought Urban here to get Trevor on par.
Dang, you
Might,
got a lot of favors in yours.
might be Trevor. Trevor. Oh yeah.
I only got a couple
Why,
teams.
why
I
are
keep
you,
track of a lot of shit, bro.
Ken? Why are you blame the player but not blame Baker?
I mean, Urban.
No, you heard what I said.
You said Baker.
Yes, because you're blaming Trevor Lawrence. You blame this player. You blame that player, but you don't blame Baker. Why?
Why are we rehashing the Baker thing? I
Mm.
said Baker was hurt.
Mm.
You said Baker was hurt.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I said I
he
want to see
hurt.
when he get healthy. I can't even. Damn, I don't even have any Jaguar stuff in here. God damn.
You got every team on there, but
The
the Jaguars.
We ain't making no picks.
Oh, I forgot one super chat too. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that, Mr. Ant-Man.
Oh, I do have one somewhere. Go ahead.
Mr. Ant-Man said, "Is it time for Carolina to trade CMC after running him into the ground?" I would say so. I said before, I would trade him if I'm going to bring in, if for some reason I can package him and get Deshaun Watson, I would make that move in a heartbeat. And I'm hoping that that's what they're thinking at this point. There are no viable options in the draft. I wouldn't want a Russell Wilson right now in Carolina. Um, Aaron Rodgers would look great in the Carolina Panthers uniform, but I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, I think that bringing Deshaun Watson
Didn't
home.
they just pay CMC?
Yeah, they did.
That cap penalty. That cap. Because of the cap, I don't see him doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they literally just paid him, right? Like last
Yeah,
season.
but if you can get elite talent like that back,
They don't want him. Nobody wants him.
who Watson?
CMC.
Oh,
CMC.
Christian McCaffrey. I
Can't
think
stay on the field.
I think that and they ran him into the ground and they overused him. He was an undersized back. That was the fear coming out of college with Christian McCaffrey was that he couldn't take a pounding. So he was out to prove something. And he played well, but I was so afraid that year that
And what did he prove?
he proved he was
He proved
1,000.
he can't take a pounding.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's showing up now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It
It's
just
showing
took
up
a
now.
while.
Yeah, and last year was the first year he was really hurt like that, and I was like, man, that usage rate was like he was on the field like 90% of 96% of the snaps. I'm like, what in the world are you doing?
Yeah, he needs to be the lightning and the thunder and lightning
Yeah,
backfield
and it would be perfect.
because you got to use it. Because here's the thing, I think it surprised everybody of how well he can run between the tackles, but he not built to run between the tackles.
Correct.
Every now and again, you know what I'm saying. We set him up outside, take one or two to the inside. All right, cool. But you got Christian McCaffrey is a running back you got to put in space. You don't want him smothered, covered, and diced.
Right.
He need to be on the outside somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Stretch plays, toss plays, get him away from the linebackers as much as possible. Because them linebackers, they probably outweigh that man by like 80 plus pounds.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and he can do it. He just needs I don't even think he needs like a 60% workload, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like I said, 800 yards rushing, 700 yards receiving. That's perfect. You just get somebody else in there that's going, and they got other backs that can run. I think Chuba was going to be fine. They brought in Abdullah. Abdullah's looking pretty good as a third down back. So they got some options in the backfield that I kind of liked along with him if they use him correctly.
You know where he fits perfect because you're talking about using him correctly. Obviously for the money and things they wouldn't be able to make it happen. But Kansas City, that's the type of running back that they need because we're not going to run up the middle like that. We're going to fake this thing off.
That's a great fit.
That's a perfect fit.
Yep.
And then he could play 96% of the snaps.
Yeah,
he could play 96% of the snaps there the way that they play.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like he needs to get to an offensive scheme like that.
Yeah, that's a track meet. That'd be perfect. And yeah, I did say Deshaun Watson. I said Deshaun Watson 110% because Deshaun Watson is still Deshaun Watson. He's still a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He's from the Gainesville area, but he played in Carolina and Clemson. So to come home would be a better fit there, and that would be where you want to be. You can kind of hide him. plus the fact that the owner David Tepper loves Deshaun Watson.
It ain't gonna happen.
So
I like that, TJ Clark. I like that.
I saw that. That don't mean nothing.
Baker is
You mean
TJ Clark.
Nah, we're gonna do picks. We're gonna do picks.
Hold on, I got a
Wait,
couple more.
we
Drink more water. We appreciate the love, y'all. Drink more water said the Seahawks being 3-8 isn't getting enough pub, along with the fact that they don't have their first round pick because of the Jamal Adams trade. Well, they get pub on here because we should be tearing them up by that part. I know. Nick especially give him a lot of hell about the Jamal Adams trade. But yeah, it's looking rough. It's not looking good, man. They're gonna lose the quarterback and their coach. So that some kind of way he's gonna figure out a way to get out of there, I think. But we'll see. In I think Russ's bags is already packed. Even though he does, he does have that no trade clause. He's gonna figure out where he gonna go, but he ain't gonna stay there. And I think they'd be happy to part ways with him. I think so. TJ Clark said Baker's 1-14 when his running backs don't get 100+ yards. And that's asinine for them not, because they should run the ball 40+ times a game, no matter what. Play action is the only way Baker's going to look good. Josh Bro said, sorry I ain't been on here in a minute. Y'all been working 2 jobs trying to save up for a lease on the house. Miss y'all heaps. Jimmy G, Cousins, who better?
Jimmy G.
Cousins.
Give me Jimmy G.
Give me Cousins.
It don't matter.
Give me Jimmy G.
Hey, Josh, good luck on that too, man. Getting that house, man. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yep, for real.
I understand that struggle, boy.
Yeah, man. The replay is always here, bro, and you can always listen to the podcast as well. It goes up one day after the show, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, was that the last one?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So picks. Did I really pick Pittsburgh over Cincinnati?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
take
You did.
that.
That's crazy. I went 4-1. FIFO, you went 5-0, bro.
Hey.
Nick went 3-2.
Hey, I told you I'm gonna catch y'all.
Yep. We don't know what Shelton went.
I went 5-0, man.
Because he didn't send in his picks. And then he called me after he saw he went 5-0 talking about he forgot to send
listen. I wouldn't listen. Let me full disclaimer. I would not cheat. No way. Not on this. It's too close and too competitive. And I was saying it in the chat on a couple of them, but I didn't get all of them in there because I was driving at the time. But yeah, of course. This was easy. This was an easy week. Of course, that Cincinnati game, they were playing at home. I didn't think Ben had enough in it. Plus, I didn't know if Ben was going to play. So that was easy. What was the other ones?
Yeah, go through them, Ken.
It was Buffalo, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Tennessee, New England.
Buffalo, New Orleans was easy. That was completely easy. That was a lay-down game.
For everybody except Nick.
Yeah, and what was the other one?
Nick picked
Pittsburgh
the Saints.
versus Cincinnati. Yeah.
Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati was at home. It's the only reason I was going with Cincinnati, and the fact that, once again, Ben was struggling.
Yeah, Ben.
I didn't think TJ was going to play, which he did end up playing, but I didn't change my pick because I still thought that they were going to struggle on offense. Mm-hmm. And what's the next one?
Tennessee, New England.
Tennessee, New England was easy. New England is hot as chicken grease right now, and you can't stop them right now. Plus, Tennessee was lacking some players. I knew both those receivers were out too, so there was no question.
Cleveland, Baltimore.
Baltimore was easy because I hate Baker and don't believe in him at all.
And then Rams and Green Bay.
The Rams and Green Bay was easy because we're talking about Aaron Rodgers in a big game. There's no reason for him to let that drop. Plus, the Rams are confused. They're still trying to figure out how to work OBJ in there. They did make a couple of nice plays to him, but it's still not consistent enough for me. So, yep.
So, I'm 30-16. FIFO 29-17. Nick 28-18. Shelton's 27-14.
Huh?
I'm right where I need to be to close out the season.
I don't know what we're gonna do about that, Shelton.
You gotta add it.
How do we have to add it when you didn't get your picks in before the game kicked off?
Y'all know
we don't know that, Shelton.
That was easy. This was an easy
in
week.
Hindsight.
No, it was not hindsight. You can ask my kids too. They heard me picking. I promise.
I have to see what Nick says.
What y'all think, crew?
I have to see what Nick says.
What y'all think? Y'all know you know how to pick.
Let's see what Nick says. I'll leave it up to him to make that call. This week, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Oh, and the week before I was undefeated too, because I did go back in the show and I did say,
Okay.
yeah.
Buffalo versus Tampa Bay. Nick has Buffalo.
Tampa Bay.
I'm going Tampa.
Where they
In
playing?
Tampa.
In Tampa.
Yeah,
Buffalo
give me
played
Tampa.
Tampa Bay this week.
Oh,
Yeah, give me Tampa on that one.
yeah. Tampa, you know, they struggling, but I think
They
it's
are.
just the midseason blues.
But
Mhm.
they both teams have to win this game. But if you're telling me Josh Allen versus Tom Brady, I know who I'm picking.
Rams versus Arizona. Shit, in Arizona.
Is
Is that
Kyler
this
back?
week? That's not this week.
That is not this week.
Oh, can't
I don't know
forget.
why Nick throws me off when he does it like this. It's
I
not
don't
his
think-
fault.
I
It's
don't
my
think
fault.
Any of these
Okay.
games?
No,
are this
we're
week.
in week 13. That's week 14. He actually have the week ahead.
Yeah, the Bills played the Patriots.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Week 13, not 14. Let's go.
And I've done that before. I keep doing it. Chargers versus Cincinnati in Cincy. Nick has Cincinnati.
Give me the Chargers. They bounced back this week.
I'm going Cincy.
Give me a second. Let me process. Give me Cincy. Chargers are not who we thought they were.
Yeah. Denver versus KC. Give me KC.
Give me Kansas City.
Oh, of course. You already know. Casey.
Good win for Denver last week, though.
It was really good win.
Nick got KC too. San Francisco versus Seattle.
San Francisco.
Damn, I'm going San Fran too.
They starting to get on a roll.
And Seattle just looks
And
horrendous.
Seattle's rolling the wrong way.
And I think they're not fucking with Carroll anymore. New England versus Buffalo. Nick has New England. This is a huge game.
Where? Where is
It's
this
in
one?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Bill Belichick.
So
Give me
you
Bill
going New
Belichick,
England?
Yes.
Took y'all a while to get on this New England bandwagon. Huh?
No.
Give me the Bills.
Yes, it did.
Give me the Bills.
Yes, it did.
Let's look back. I'm going to have to look back.
You going Buffalo?
I'm going Buffalo.
I feel you, people.
I'm going New England. I think Bill gonna put a number on Josh Allen, bro.
You want that mac and cheese, huh?
I think he gonna put a number on him, bro. I think whatever he got going on, bro, I think he gonna put a number on him.
Yeah, that defense looking outstanding right now.
Yeah, man. Yep. So, all right. Well, that's it, man. That's the show. We thank you guys, as always, for coming through and kicking it with us for almost 2 hours, man. We really appreciate it. And we'll be back Thursday. We'll catch you then. We out. Peace.
Peace. If you are our regulars, man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, man, and become members, man. We appreciate seeing you all in green. And hit that like button, please. Thank you.
I'll keep picking the bills. I see y'all.
It's gonna be a good game.